Hello, welcome back to Kaijutopia. I am Tom, and we're gonna get straight to it. So, what's going on? It's simple. Godzilla's. Not one, not singular, point Godzilla. Like, plural Godzillas have invaded. This city, as you can see, it's gone to shit. And what's going to happen here is I'm going to go one by one between GMK Godzilla, -1 Godzilla, and Shin Godzilla. Just animating them, adding some cool effects. What I'm going to be doing is working on like their tail movements here, and just trying to add anything else before getting into the color corrections, adding some additional VFX assets like some debris here, glowing effects I might be able to get to for some of them. We all know Shin Godzilla here is gonna be like ridiculous. Like doing Shin glow effects, they're gonna be that's gonna probably be an entire stream right there. Now, before I really okay, I said we're gonna get into it, but before we get into it, I want you to know that this is a Halloween project. I've been really adamant about wanting to do like annual Halloween stop motion specials. Last year I did Godzilla vs. Gamera. It was like a sort of teaser, proof of concept for a much greater project. It seems like every Godzilla fan film, stop motion artist kind of like does their own Godzilla vs. Gamera movie. And I'm one of them. I want to do it too, but I don't want to just like do it just for the sake of doing it. So over the years, I've been working on a sort of concept, with the actual storyline, with the ghost of Dr. Serizawa being the main star, the protagonist, as he's being hunted by a demonic like Godzilla. And he needs Gamera's help and all. So that's kind of where I'm going with this. But anyway, that became a far more ambitious project. If you went to watch it right now, it would say, yeah, it's coming out October of this year. It's totally not coming out this year. I'm sorry, it just didn't work out because I want this to be right. I want it to work out. So we're gonna just accept that. That was a bit. I jumped the gun on that one, but here we are. Okay, so for this Halloween special, we have 3 of the, in my opinion, most terrifying Godzillas just running amok. And I gotta tell you, I love doing any stop motion with GMK Godzilla. I'm game. -1 Godzilla. I love these are all SH Monster Art figures. The -1 Godzilla is great too. And of course the Shin Godzilla, which has seen so many different SH Monster Art variants over the years. I used to have the frozen one, which I've used a few times. You could see it in one of my meditation videos with Shin basically surrounded by falling snow in Tokyo. But this one, I thought, okay, I like this one. It's the most recent Awakening Night Combat version. So, so in this Halloween special, these 3 are running amok. And let's take a little look here. You can see what I have going. See -1 beginning to rise, and then here comes Shin's tail. GMK Godzilla makes a smirk. He turns, and GMK runs off screen, charging like a wild animal. And we see as -1 rises here, and GMK Godzilla swiftly turns around, I'm gonna have Shin up here charging up and firing his atomic beam. It's gonna hit here because he's directly targeting someone who will be revealed in good time. But who's -1 charging up for? And who did GMK Godzilla run, just essentially charge at off screen? Again, I'm going to let you all know that shortly. And of course, here's where -1 finally unleashes his atomic breath. Pretty much, despite being one of, if not the smallest Godzillas, -1 Godzilla has like one of, if not the strongest atomic breath of them all. Hey, what's up, Jack? GMK Godzilla, that was in 2001. Yeah, GMK 2001. Wow, 2001. I gotta say, having been there during the early years when the internet became more widely accessible, and watching the Godzilla online community actually slowly begin to lay its foundations, GMK was one of those movies that I remember every day coming online, going to the Monster Zero website and checking out articles, seeing set photos by the great Norman England, and just, this movie has a special place in my heart. -1 Godzilla also comes from Godzilla -1, which came out last year, and and Shin Godzilla, yes, came out in 2016. At any point when you're watching this, and just bear in mind, I'm kind of more in the, I might really get trapped in the zone here of editing, so like, I might forget that I'm live, so just in the chat or leave a comment asking me like, hey, how did you do this or that, or if you have any questions or any, it doesn't even have to be about this project, you could just tell me, just go out and just let me know. And Jack, you are on point. -1 Godzilla came out in 2023, that's right. Of those three, Jack, which one's your favorite, like movie wise, assuming you've seen them? Do you like GMK? Do you prefer Shin Godzilla? Do you prefer -1? Let me know what you think. But anyway, this is the Halloween special that I'm working on. There's going to be different angles. They are GMK Godzilla -1 and Shin Godzilla are actually fighting 3 even more evil kaiju. So you gotta wonder, like, what could be so bad that could force, GMK -1 and Shin to join forces? I mean, it doesn't matter, because in the end, the city is gone. Just gone. Okay, so as far as animation wise, I'm digging, I'm definitely digging GMK and -1 here, but I think for now I'm going to be working on Shin. I mean, there's like a million things I gotta get to for this. Shin's glowing effect will be easily the worst thing, and by worst I mean it's gonna look great when it's done, but man, I'm gonna feel it. It's gonna keep me up at night. But I do have a second animation here. Let's work on this. So this is another angle I took of Shin's tail. And what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go up to this tool called the Puppet Position Pen Tool, and I'm gonna make some pins. Yeah, I can say things. This is gonna allow me to add really cool movements, because sometimes when you're a stop motion artist like me, you're on the clock. You don't really have all the time to, make kaiju animations. I would prefer. I would love. I would love to do this full time. But you gotta eat. You gotta pay the bills. So just I don't always have that time. But that's okay, because we're gonna take what time we have and use it to full effect. Alright, so what I want to do here, because I didn't have time to just take the tail and work on it individually, this allows me the chance to do it like this. And as you can see, it simulates movement. Usually when you use the pen tool technique for something like this, you just you really want to make sure you get the joints, or you get the area where the tail actually bends and contorts and such. Alright, so let's take this, we're gonna go right here, and alright, so when I did this, I moved him that way. I'm gonna have you go this way. Go that way. Move down a little bit. And, when I'm finished with this part, I'm going to have the tail be behind Shin. It's going to slowly move up behind him and just be, just swishing back and forth. Nothing too fancy. If you have any guesses on who the three evil kaiju are that forces these three not so good Godzillas to team up and, well, not really do the right thing, I mean, let's just face it, they're here to cause mass destruction too. But if you think you know who the three kaiju are that they're facing, let me know who you think. Needs to just be a little longer, and then I think we got it. Alright, so now kind of where I want him to end up at. Maybe, we'll see. How am I feeling for Godzilla's 70th anniversary? Well, first, I'm just ecstatic that Godzilla is still kicking, you know? He's still going strong. 70th anniversary. Like, just what an achievement. And the fact that we're still getting high-quality Godzilla movies that, you know, range from being extremely well-made films just in general, like Godzilla Minus One, to fun, rock'em sock'em, pure entertainment joy, like Godzilla, Kong, The New Empire. Like, just, it's good, man. Life's good. It's great to see Godzilla still kicking tail. I just love it. Let's see how we're doing. Go through that and see why I'm just see if I can do this the way I want to. Tricky part. We're just going to use the tail as an example as I test out some glowing effect ideas. me just see how I can make this work. The glow, I'm trying to make a glow effect work here where I don't want to have to take my mask tool and just mask around every single part that you see that's red on his tail. So I'm going to try and like do a couple things that are, well, experimental, may or may not work, but that's cool. We have time for that. I'm just going to use something that a technique I've used for other projects. That later. Turn it into its own thing. Let's try that. Down one. There we go. That's a lot better. Ooh. Oh, looks like my idea is successful. It's gonna be something. at this point. Shin's beam has turned. Way better. Jeez, why didn't I do this sooner? Wow. Oh, I gotta go back to the other one now and see if I can bring that down. Whew. Oh, Jack, you're too kind. 1 million subs would be nice, obviously, but hey, I'm just happy, you know, doing what I enjoy. Just glad you're here and you get to, you know, I hope you're enjoying what what you're seeing. This is going to be another wonderful experiment. Let's see if it pays off. Alright. Let's see. Does look pretty cool, but it may not. He does look pretty scary when I do this. Let's see if we can work some magic here. Okay. Oh, he's turning purple. That's not good. That means he's gonna destroy everyone. No. Oh no. Mike's blocking my view. How dare you? Okay. Ooh. Gotta admit, I didn't really think I was gonna tackle Shin's glow effect so soon, but as is usually the case whenever I'm like trying to, you know, prepare, I tend to just brainstorm and think about how I'm gonna do these effects, usually in advance. It's why I can really crank them out, you know, if time permits. But I would much rather have the time to think about it and how I'm gonna actually do these effects than to just, you know, jump into them. Should have it start right here, to be honest. That would be so much better. Let's move it right here. Boom. We'll start. I'm sorry, I'm moving awkwardly to you because I'm like, I have my microphone like right here, so I'm like trying to avoid it, but it's getting in the way, man. It's getting in the way. Go back to this. Must not forget to save my work. Oh man, I love it. All right. Oh my goodness. What a doozy that was. Shin body glow, I can save that as. Let's combine the Shin glow tails together. Whew, man. Shin glow. Shin. Oh man. That was like big brain stuff right there. Big brain. Man, got it. Nailed it. Woo! Alright. Shin looks just awesome. I'm quite pleased with how this turned out. Now, the question becomes, who exactly is Shin Godzilla shooting at right here? Someone's standing right here, and I promised I'd tell you all who it was, and it's Ultraman. He's tiny right there on purpose, but yeah, so I'm going to be using the Ultraman from the really extremely good Ultraman Rising movie. It's on Netflix. If you haven't seen it yet, you really should. It's incredible. But even Ultraman in this, he's going to be like, whoa, time out. This is way above my pay grade. And it absolutely is. I mean, Shin's got a deal. You got like Shin Godzilla here, and then you have GMK Godzilla, -1 Godzilla. They're all teaming up against something that is just truly terrifying. A group, a team of evil kaiju. And I'm going to tell you who they are now. We have Monster X from Godzilla Final Wars. You got Gigan from the Showa era. And Hedorah, another Showa era kaiju. But, you know, I think we will see them fight. I promise. We're going to see these guys go at it. With Ultraman, you know, in the crossfire. There's plenty of surprises coming. In case you just tuned in or you're wondering, maybe you need a reminder of just what is this project? Because not too long ago, I was working on a project called Godzilla Monster Island Rumble, which pits Godzilla, you know, and his Monster Island friends up against a highly dangerous kaiju from the Ultraman series, the monster known as Godzilla, one of my personal favorites. That project is currently on hold. I've decided that, you know, in order to keep things going, in order to keep the momentum for my channel, I care about its growth, and I want you guys to, you know, don't forget I exist, I guess, is one way of putting it. But yeah, so my goal is to just, you know, keep projects going, and stop motion, they're my bread and butter. It's the main reason why you guys, you know, tune in. It's why you're here. I, of course, will be working on other projects, other videos here and there that are, well, not stop motion, but rest assured, Godzilla Monster Island Rumble just became way bigger than anticipated. I kept adding more to them. Of course, as I always do, I couldn't stop, and I realized, okay, well, this just doubled how long I thought originally this would take to complete. So I have a couple other projects in mind that I've been meaning to get to. It's this, the Halloween special that I'm currently working on, and soon I'm going to be working on Legendary Godzilla meeting -1 Godzilla. They're going to have a fun little face-off. It's going to be great. The stop motion for that, by the way, it's already complete. I've been busy. I've been working behind the scenes for your amusement, entertainment, satisfaction, you know, all of the above. But yeah, this is shaping up pretty good. Let's see what we got so far. I don't mind the buildings falling, but, you know, we're going to keep that. As you can see, -1 is really tiny here, but that's fine because he's arguably the most powerful Godzilla on screen here. Is it really something we're gonna argue about? Does anyone want to challenge me? Maybe, please. That would be great. Anyway, let's see where. I could have sworn I had motion blur on this Godzilla. I just love how that Shin effect turned out. It's pretty good. I see. I need to just cut it off right here too, so it doesn't keep. Anyway, let me show you what I have so far for Godzilla Monster Island Rumble, because I brought it up and I don't want you guys to think, hey, it's all but been forgotten. It's not, I promise you, still working on it. But here we've got Goza, and Goza here is, you know, he's just chilling. He's sleeping. But then some outside monster action is occurring. A fight between Anguirus and Baragon. And yeah, whew, that looks sweet, right? Goza's just trying to sleep, you know, he's trying to chill. Maybe you want to see a little bit more. I did take up the whole screen there. I just love how this turned out. Just adding skeleton bones from dinosaurs Goza's eaten over the years. Could be some kaiju too, native to the island. But if you look closely, we could see some, you know, fire land on him, and this is a big deal. This is those of you familiar with Goza, you know what this might mean. That's all I'm gonna say for now, but I'm planting the seeds. But yeah, this is Goza in all his glory. Speaking of that fight, well, let's take a look. I mean, we got some interesting kaiju here. Let me get them sorted out. Here we have Baragon meeting Anguirus. They're having a healthy little back and forth, right? And here's Rodan coming down. Oh, you can't see it. Okay, there we go. Yeah, here's Rodan coming down in the background. He's going to spectate and kind of be like a coach. You know, he's going to make sure, you know, no one fights dirty. This is supposed to be like a friendly little skirmish. It's not like these two actually are, you know, fighting to the death. But here's a couple other, you know, witnesses we have. Got Goza, Gorosaurus, Mothra as well, watching this go down. Here's our buddy, our friend, Baragon. Blasting away. Whew, and then he gets hit by Anguirus. That's gonna be fun. Okay, so, you know, they have their skirmish. They're fighting it out. I mean, here's Anguirus. He's gonna, you know, just, he's gonna rush Baragon, who just been thrown into a wall. Let's see how that turns out. Whoosh! Missed him. Let's play that again. Baragon's quite acrobatic. Clearly, he's been watching some of the Olympics, you know? And then it starts. Here's Anguirus. And then, oh man, wait for it. Boom! Boom! Goza just straight up, and I want you to take a look. Here's Anguirus's, reaction. He's just like, it's then I realized I made a terrible mistake. And boom, Goza just pulls him in, and of course the other monsters are gonna react in their own way. And here's, oh man, some of you may have seen the, I don't know if you've seen me do this on a previous VFX stream, but I wanted to introduce Goza, kind of have another one, but just another kind of awesome badass introduction. And here's of course Goza. He looks cool, and then he swings Anguirus at Baragon, and it's, oh man. Goza is gonna see Rodan just flying straight at him, and he turns. It's gonna just slap the crap right out of Rodan. And here's another take of that. Whoop, boom! I know it happens so fast, but just loving this project. Now, some of you are like, where's Godzilla in all this? Well, he's been sleeping, but, he usually will not concern himself with, friendly squabbles. But when Goza, an actual challenger, appears, well, let's take a look. All three of the kaiju go down, but then our savior, Godzilla, boom, he shoots his atomic breath. Let's take another look. I mean, it kind of feels like Godzilla Final Wars in a way. You know how Godzilla took down Anguirus, Rodan, and King Caesar, but here it's Goza taking down Anguirus, Rodan, and Baragon, but they're they're saved by Godzilla, as they should, because he is here to help. And of course, take a look at his tail effect in the background here. It's what I did with Shin Godzilla's tail movements earlier in this very VFX stream. I'm telling you guys, it's the way. To my fellow stop motion artists out there, it can save so much time. But what happens when Godzilla's atomic breath hits Goza? Let's find out. So Goza's charging up, and then he gets blasted. Just blasted back by Godzilla's atomic breath. He was not expecting to get hit by that. And finally, here he is, the king of the monsters. He's here. He's proud. He's just so cool. And I love the little, his kind of wink there, where he's just closes his eyes briefly, and it's about to go down. Are you guys ready for this? First, let me show you Goza. Goza, he sees his new enemy, and he's just not having it. He's ready to go to war. And this is the shot. This is when I realized I need to seriously, I need to rethink some things, because this is so epic, so grand, that, guys, I can't wait. And I've shown you a lot. I know. You know why? I haven't even shown you most of what I've done. And most of what I've done isn't even, scratching the surface. This project is going to be crazy huge. It's going to take a long time, but it's going to be worth it. So, you ready to see these two clash? Here we go. As a storm comes in, these two charge, and boom! You're probably wondering, guys, take a close look at their movements. Look at those legs, look at them moving. How does it look so cool? How does it look so godly? Okay, I might be exaggerating a little bit, but yeah, It's pretty cool. It's awesome. And of course, we're going to take one more peek at these two just going to war up close, personal. Boom. They're clashing. Boom. It, you know, there's a lot. That was a lot, right? Here it is again. Boom. In the midst of a hurricane just coming to town, or Monster Island, two of the strongest monsters duke it out to see who will win, who will be the king of Monster Island. I'm super pumped for it, and like I said, there's a lot more to do, but you know, hey, as a sign of, you know, my thanks for the fact that you guys have taken time out of your day to just come watch me make monster toys come to life, you know, I thought I would show you that. And Jakezilla, hello. Of course, I recognize you, my friend. I'm glad you can make it. And thank you. This looks peak. Well, I'm happy that you approve. Yeah, man, I'm like super excited about Godzilla Monster Island Rumble, but you know, I don't honestly want to wait a whole year for this Halloween project here to like really take root. Alright. Let's see what else we can do here. Oh man. Alright guys. It's been an hour. Let's see. I think here's what I'm going to be working on in the future. First, again, color correction, making sure all these buildings, this highway, I want it to be kind of matching the same sort of tone. I haven't quite decided yet on what that's going to be, but I'm also going to be adding like burning cars here, smoke plumes there, other, you know, effects that will add a bit more, give a more atmospheric vibe. Ultraman's going to be here as well, up in, you know, in the center, front and center. So he's going to have his own effects too. But given how big the project's already becoming, just for this like 18-second long sequence, it's gonna be a lot. So we're gonna see if I can fit everything in, or I might have to divide it up into two separate ones. We'll see. Other than that, man, this is turning out great. Okay, I gotta admit, I kind of lost my train of thought. I think I was slowly beginning to think like, hey, I might be signing off. I might not. I'm a little. I feel like I need to like really take a big break from all of this. But yeah, Jakezilla, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. And you said earlier you're gearing up for Halloween. Great minds think alike. Halloween is so awesome. I'm already like trying to come up with a list of, you know, fun, scary movies to binge. Not just scary movies. I'm thinking of like watching some awesome TV shows like The Haunting of Hill House, Midnight Mass. We got that new HBO movie of Salem's Lot. You know, Salem's Lot's based on Stephen King's second novel. It looks pretty interesting. I'm going to give that a go. Obviously, there's just so many great other horror, scary movies that we could spend probably, a decent sizable amount of time just talking. So, I don't know. I mean, the chat's not really alive. A lot of people are just here to just chill. But, you know, if everybody suddenly wanted to just talk about horror, scary movies, well, it might be best to save that for a Halloween-themed stream where we could just talk horror and maybe think about how cool it would be if we got a real genuine, like, Godzilla horror movie. Okay. The 3 Godzillas you see on screen right now, GMK, -1, Shin. If you wanted to really say like Shin Godzilla is kind of a horror movie, or -1 Godzilla, yeah, that could be a horror movie too. Okay. I think you're onto something. I'm not gonna really take the time to just go, well, that doesn't really match my, personal like definition of just what constitutes as a horror movie, because horror is an interesting genre in the sense that it's not really its own thing, like a western is its own thing or a drama is its own thing. Horror is like a macabre of other genres. You can have a western drama movie with a horror twist, right? Like the cowboy is a vampire or something like that, and he's hunting werewolves or something cool. But like, I can totally see the analogy. I can see the connection, but I don't feel like we've really gotten that strong, like, terrifying Godzilla horror movie, I want to say just yet, but the truth is I don't know if we're ever going to get that, because horror is like, I don't know, I think you would need like a really gifted filmmaker who not only gets Godzilla but like has a cool original scary idea on how to use him. I mean, me personally, I've already Godzilla -1 had some terrifying sequences, like Godzilla chasing our heroes out at sea. That was terrifying to me. I mean, that had major Jaws vibes, and Jaws, totally a horror movie. So, like, yeah, that could be an interesting stream in itself, just us all just talking about our favorite horror movies. What do we usually watch, every Halloween, and then maybe pitches, for like maybe a supernatural horror Godzilla movie. Maybe Godzilla himself doesn't have to be like some terrifying, gross monstrosity like Shin is. I mean, just look at the poor guy just standing there. Maybe we have Godzilla dealing with something scarier than even him. Like, I don't know, some Lovecraftian, like, eldritch abomination, or maybe a giant monster vampire, or who knows, I'm just throwing out ideas off the cuff, that kind of stuff. But you know what, it is at the same time I would say relevant because I'm working on a Godzilla Halloween special stop motion. So here we are, right? Other than that, like, I'm trying to figure out, like, the next course of action. I was not expecting to have completed Shin Godzilla's glow effects, honestly, in such a short amount of time. It really is crazy to me that this worked, but here we are. I'm thinking what I might end up doing later is add a ghostly kind of glow effect to GMK Godzilla's eyes. It might be the same kind that I did in last year's Godzilla vs. Gamera Halloween special. But yeah, for the record, like, this is just super cool. I wanted to give each Godzilla their own cool moment to shine. GMK, of course, has decided he's not going to use his heat ray just yet. What he's gonna do is he's gonna charge at his enemies and just bludgeon them with pure brute force, right? And then he's gonna use his atomic breath. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna look cool. It's September 28th, so hopefully I can have this all finished within the next month. There's a lot to do, of course, and honestly, I'm kind of hoping to, have things VFX wise finished in the next couple weeks. That is, like, not a promise. That's wishful thinking, but I might be able to do it. And I might do another stream where you get to see the other side, all these the enemy monsters that Team Godzilla here is facing off against. And then I'm not gonna have a break from stop motion after this project wraps up. I'm going straight into my legendary Godzilla versus -1 Godzilla little video. That's gonna be loads of fun. And then after that, as far as stop motion projects go, I'm gonna either get back to Godzilla Monster Island Brawl or maybe work on my Gamera 4 video at long last. So we'll see. All right, let's take one more look here at how things are progressing, and we'll get out of here. You guys can go about the rest of your day, your evening, your weekend. Oh, just looks so cool. Just looks so awesome. I know I don't want to, like, sound arrogant, but I totally will, because in this case, it's deserved. I know I actually said something like that. That's funny. But yeah, this is turning out pretty good. Sorry, just adjusting the camera. It tends to fall over time. I might add, like, a lightning bolt to kind of hit -1's spines, maybe. I don't know yet, but I also want his spines to crackle with atomic energy too. And the reason why I wanted GMK Godzilla also to be charging into battle is because that's going to be a lot of glow effects if he too just decided to, turn around and go, rah, shooting my heat ray too. And I kind of planned for that as a backup just in case this didn't work out. Like right here, just as a possibility, but actually I may have originally thought of just doing that, but whatever. Anyway, change of plans, and it's worth it. If things work out, it's gonna be way better this way. But yeah, here they all are, just doing their own thing, having their own moment to shine, and then -1, of course, finally blasts his heat ray, and things are gonna go to hell in a handbasket right there. Anyways, thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching. Yeah, stay tuned. I'm hoping to do a couple more streams here in the next month, stop motion related, and maybe some other cool stuff. I'm surprised that I was able to talk this much because I have the sniffles. Something's going around, so I'm trying not to die. You know, that's always a good plan, right? Anyway, stay safe, everyone. I hope to see you all again sometime soon, but take care, enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you all later. Peace, peace, peace. Peace.